Hi babies, I'm alive. So, the thunder from down under, how's it performing? Just a disclaimer, this is an experimental build, so things may change once it gets to the standard branch. But I went down on a Has5 solo just to test it out, and oh my god, the boomerang is so good. It is so good. It stuns for 8 seconds. And it bounces up to 9 times, and you get 8 of them. Technically, you only get the 1 boomerang, but it's got 8 charges. And if you don't hit anything, you get a charge back. So that is very powerful. It bounces up to 9 times, so swarmers and jellyfish, no longer a problem for Scout, who doesn't have the Drac with splash damage. I may have to go back and update some of my Today Scout Learn videos, but it's amazing against swarms. And it does something else, the boomerang. It does something else, along with some GK2 changes pushed by my Scout idol, my mentor, my role model. I am talking about, of course, the great That Goddamn Scout. He's been pushing for some GK2 changes for a while, and the devs have finally listened to him. Well done, devs. You should listen to him more. He knows his stuff. There's a reason why I chose him as my mentor. Yep, the boomerang has made the GK2 great again. Even without the changes, the GK2 changes, I think I'd be taking the GK2 more now, because especially when you take Bullets of Mercy, which I've taken in the clip we're going to watch in a momento. With Bullets of Mercy, of course, it procs stun and electrocute, and the boomerang does both of those things. It only electrocutes for 4 seconds, but that 4 seconds, that's several key targets taken out. And it also stuns for 8 seconds. So after that, you've got an additional 4 seconds to take other stuff out, the grunts and whatnot. So, boomerang with Bullets of Mercy, good. But there's some more exciting changes for the GK2 as well. If you take AI Stability Engine, oh my god, that is so good. See, when I go Bullets of Mercy, I'm usually in spray and pray mode, so I go sort of like armor breaking and fire rate. But for AI Stability Engine, I go for weak point damage, and I go stun. I take the stun mod, and get this. You get a 50% stun chance with the GK2 now. So that's 1 in 2 shots is stunning enemies. That is good. I mean, if you don't take the boomerang, or don't take anything else that stuns, taking the stun mod with Bullets of Mercy, it procs stun. Because Bullets of Mercy, you get a buff, you get a damage buff for stunned enemies. Boomerang! I went down on a Has5 solo just to really combat test it. I mean, I've been playing with it this past couple of days, but mostly in Has5 multiplayer missions with my boyfriend Neko. Sorry, content's not been regular lately. I still haven't got my computer chair sorted. I'm still poor and can't afford a computer chair, so I still can't reach my mouse and keyboard properly. So that's why I can't really play. So you'll have to excuse my goofy aiming. I promise my aim will get better for Beyond Legendary 3. Oh, and an update about that. I've decided I'm going to wait until Season 3 is on the normal branch to do Beyond Legendary 3. So, as you can imagine, in Beyond Legendary 3, you're going to see the boomerang feature quite a lot. For those of you who don't know, just a quick recap. I did a series called Road to Legendary 3, where I did all the scout promotion missions, Has 5 solo. Check them out on my channel. That was my journey growing from a Has 4 multiplayer support scout to a Has 5 solo combat scout. Thanks to the teaching and training of that goddamn scout. Who, once I've got my computer chair, hopefully I'll start featuring him on this channel like I always planned. I always wanted to get him onto this channel and feature him more. But I just haven't been able to play this past couple of months, ever since my chair broke and I can't afford to buy a new one. Once I've got that sorted, hopefully we'll get him on here, because he's my idol and my role model. He deserves to be featured. And everything I know, I learned from him. So, the Thunder from Down Under. Let's take a look. Okay, this is just a quick clip from the beginning of a swarm warning. It's just a simple mining mission, Has 5 solo. No Bosco. Let's see how the Boomerang performs and how good the GK2 is paired with it. Make GK2 great again. Boing, 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 boing. Want to take out that slasher as soon as possible. So it's important to prioritize your targets. Just a pile of dead bodies. Boomerang GK2, loving it. Zip. Boing, boing, boing.
Brace, brace. Swarm detected.
See me switch targets there? I saw that as a spitter. You should always prioritize your targets. The grunt wasn't a threat, it was stunned. I had plenty. I had 5 or 6 seconds there. You want to get rid of the most dangerous targets first. Bulk. Here's something that goddamn scout taught me very early days in Road to Legendary 3. I used to like tight corridors. I used to like fighting in tight corridors, or at least an enclosed space with only 1 or 2 entrances, because I liked to control the flow. I like to know where the enemies are coming from, and I got quite good at fighting like that. I actually used to perform better when I was trapped. Or at least where other people would feel trapped, I'd actually feel in my element. Especially if I had my beloved Drac with bouncy bullets, which is another reason I liked corridors, because of those bouncy bullets flying around. But when I went from multiplayer to solo, what I found was sometimes not all the time, but sometimes I'd get myself sandwiched and just overrun. All it takes is, like, you know, you accidentally run out of ammo, or get stuck on something, or the swarm's just so big that they're coming faster than you can kill them. So sometimes I'd get myself sandwiched and that was my run over. But that goddamn scout taught me to get more comfortable fighting in open areas, which is what I do now. As you see here, I heard the swarm warning, so I went back to the spawn room, where it's a nice open area. You just look around. I always keep an eye on the ceiling. Okay.
Supply drop has been ordered and is on the way.
Discord beeping, sorry about that. I keep forgetting to put it on DND when I'm recording. Pheromone bolts, of course. Pheromone bolts are so good, and they do work against bugs. See me there, prioritizing targets. Pheromones I always use on grunts, slashers, praetorians, oppressors, bulks. Don't waste them on grunts or anything like that. was close.
Hands up! Hello and good morning.
I was hoping to taunt the bulk into doing that. I was hoping it would damage some of the bugs. But I didn't look back to see if the bugs were in range. See, I want that ghoul bomber down. Oh, get myself caught from behind. That was silly. See, once you pheromone, you don't want to kill them. You just want to leave them because you get, I believe, 12.5 seconds with the specialist, and I think it's 10 seconds default. So you've got a nice 10 seconon of them being distracted. Bonk, 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 bonk. The boomerang, I love it. And the boomerang does work against the bulk. It shocks it for 4 seconds. So that's 4 seconds where the bulk is stood still.
Getting supplies. Die! Ready to kill some more crepes. I needed that.
And the bolt shots are good.
From A to D, skipping B and C. Boom, baby!
See there, bulk stood still for 4 seconds. Let me deal with the web spitters. That's what being a scout is about. It's all about distractions.
Let there be light.
And we are done. So, that's the first look at the boomerang. As I said, this is an experimental build, so things may or may not change. We don't know. That's up to the devs. If it does, I'll let you know. So what do I think of the boomerang overall? Boomerang good. Boomerang very, very good. It's become my favorite. Do you remember when I was a boomstick enthusiast and the boom shark was about to come out, and I was like, yeah, I can't see myself swapping the boomstick for a crossbow. And now I take the bolt shark more than I do the boomstick. And just last week I was like, yeah, boomerang sounds cool, but I can't see myself swapping it for pheromones. 2 days of playing with it, it's become my favourite, especially since I've got pheromone bolts. So I can just take pheromone bolts. It's also very good. I took it on an elimination. Now the boomerang's absolutely useless against dreads, obviously. But I usually take stun bolts on elimination because then the dreads they don't move. A combination of the stun bolts and the boomerang. Oh my god. Scouts have no reason to struggle in Has-5 swarms anymore. But even those who are less skilled, the boomerang is definitely something you should think about in your arsenal, because you get 8 charges, which means you shouldn't be afraid to, quote, waste them, unquote, on swarmers and jellyfish. And those who are higher skilled, especially more skilled than I, the boomerang is going to do an amazing thing. It has 5 swarms, and I'd love to see somebody try it on the Has-6 mod once we're on the standard branch. See what you can do with it there. So yeah, all in all, good job, devs. I like it. I like it a lot. I don't really have any criticisms of it. I think maybe the electrocute should be a little more, maybe 6 seconds, and I think the stun should be a little more, maybe 10 seconds, to bring it more in line with the bolt shark effects, because I think the default shock effect, stun effect No, electrocute effect. The stun bolts. I think that's about 10 seconds. So I think it should be brought more in line. Maybe 5 seconds for electrocute and 10 seconds for stun. But apart from that, I think it's amazing. I can't wait for it to feature regularly in Beyond Legendary 3. I get monies in about 8 days, so I'll buy a computer chair with it. So after that, we'll see the first episode of the series. Okay, that's it for this little Tranner Scout. I'll see you in the caves of Hoxus. Bye bye! Zippity!